Lock and Crawl here. I just want to put together a video real quick here with the Starlink Mini. Maybe this could help some of you make your decision if Starlink is for you. But in regards to the cost, more specifically, this is the Mini, which just arrived today, actually. I ordered it through Home Depot. Now these things are coming up in stock. Best Buy has them. A lot of electronic stores already have them in stock. In addition to, obviously, you get them directly through Starlink. However, before getting the Mini, I had the Gen 3. Same thing, ordered it through Home Depot. They offered the online service. They overnighted it. It was versus Starlink. If you go directly through Starlink, it takes I think up to 2 weeks to try to get it. Home Depot had them in stock and ships them pretty quick. I got this Mini within 2 days. Same cost as Starlink. But before the Mini, I had the Gen 3, as I mentioned. And the reason I went with the Gen 3 was because I was under the impression that I could actually go with the roam plan on the Gen 3. And I was wrong. When I set up the account, the only thing it qualified for, I believe, was $150 a month. For that Gen 3. The roam package, which is $50 a month, is only for the Mini. Starlink, I mean, there's no contract with Starlink. It's month to month. You could put your account on pause and not have to pay when you're not using it. So for us, it works out because anytime we go on a trip, I could just go on my app and reactivate it and we're good to go. And I have internet coverage. I can use my cell phone. There's even, I seen some other, what is it? Some like suction cups, stuff that you could actually mount this to your vehicle. They're like these custom mounts. If you're in an area, you're out in the woods and you're driving around in your rig, you literally could just mount this up there and have it connected. This also doesn't take as much power as the Gen 3. And in terms of size, I mean, you literally could fit this in a backpack and carry it with you. You go backpacking and carry this thing with you. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Although I personally ordered a small case off of Amazon. It's waterproof. I just feel it's more, I feel more comfortable knowing that it's protected. So I do have that coming. However, the Gen 3 was very bulky and I couldn't find really any way to store it properly. So I would keep the stock, the Starlink box it came with, and that's how I was traveling with it. So yeah, I'm excited for this. The only thing that sucks is that they're very expensive. In my opinion, I think it's a little too much. These are $599, so $600. I think I paid like $650 after taxes. It was free shipping through Home Depot. But the Gen 3, I think it's still on sale, I believe, until the middle of October, and this is 2024. They were on sale for, I think like 40-something% off. So it was like $299, which was a great price. And I thought, well, you know what? This is a kind of an introduction to it. I'll just give it a go and see what happens. But in reality, I should have just gone with the Mini right out the gate. With Home Depot, all I had to do, even though I ordered online, I just went to the store, returned it. They gave me my money back. It was no issue. It's, again, you could order directly through Starlink. They got a whole thing on their website that says that if you're not happy with it, they'll give you your money back, not just for the device, but also for that service for that month. But when I had the Gen 3 and I set up the account, I actually did get some use out of it. We were out up in the woods. I'm in Arizona, so it was up in Payson off the rim. And I literally was getting 256 meg download and like 60 and 70 upload. Awesome bandwidth speeds while we were up there in the middle of nowhere. I was FaceTiming with my mom and my dad, and they were surprised that the coverage was so good, it didn't skip a beat. So Starlink, I mean, I recommend it. It's a great product, great service. The only thing that concerns me is because there's no contract and you're paying month to month, it has a positives and negatives. Obviously, you could pause it when you're not using it. That's great. The problem is that I'm seeing that these prices keep fluctuating month per month. Like, I believe that the Gen 3 now may qualify for the Roam package after I returned it, but it's okay. It's fine, because honestly, the size for traveling, this Mini is awesome. I mean, it's so compact. It's so small. It really, you could just carry this thing anywhere. Like I said, you could go backpacking and carry this thing with you. And anywhere we go, we could just bring our case with us, and it's there in case of emergencies. And because it's satellite, you initially have to set it up, obviously, at home. You have to have internet access, get it all set up, situated to get your app downloaded. But once it's all set up, you could literally plug and play, right? Let's say you have it on pause and you're out in the woods and something happens, carry it with you. You don't need it. You throughout your trip, fine, no problem. Let's say something happens, or you want to just turn it on, just plug it all in and make sure you have power source, which is another thing too. This takes very little power in comparison to the Gen 3. It's all built in. The modem is all built in versus the Gen 3. It's multiple pieces. But yeah, you could just activate it in the middle of nowhere, because you'll have access. You'll just plug it in and you're good to go and turn it back on. Again, I believe now it's you could go to you could travel to different countries with it. Now you could use it out in the ocean, pretty much anywhere, that as long as you got view of the sky, you should be able to use the Starlink. But yeah, it just arrived. So I already have my account set up because of the Gen 3. So there's no reason. I did reach out to them. There's nothing different that I need to do except for introduce my account to the new device and set that up. So with the $50 a month, I'm not going to be getting the 256 meg download, which is fine. 50 meg is what I'll be getting with this, which is plenty. You also have a limitation of how much you could use, no problem. Because again, when we're out in the woods, we're not out there to be online. But it's nice to have in case of emergencies. Before Starlink, I had the InReach. And in that InReach, back in the day, very popular device, great device, totally recommend it. Never had to use the SOS button, but easy to communicate with back and forth. There was text messaging. It's all through satellite, same. That GPS system. But that program, I think I was paying like $12 a month for that. And when I bought that InReach, it was $450 back then. So for this and it might be priced right. I think it's a little much still, but at $600, knowing that you have that peace of mind, especially with some of these areas that we're in, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. But thought this might help someone, some of you guys out there that want to, have been kind of considering Starlink but aren't sure, and because of the price and the cost and the programs, hopefully this information helps. If you guys have any questions, or throw some comments out there. What do you guys use in case of emergencies? All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.